Folks, welcome back to Nostalgianomics. You're gonna have to forgive me on this video for all of the heavy slab bags I have displayed on the shelf today. What do you want me to do? I got too many of them. No one wants them anymore. Ran out of space, so I'm just throwing them in here. I mean, real weird stuff too. Like, what is this? An XY shiny Magikarp. Like, who's gonna want that? I don't know, but I bought it and I'm stuck with it. So, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Another thing we're dealing with is, are we in a bear market still? Or now, are we in the bull market again? Or are the bears winning the bulls? I can't figure it out. One day, I'm getting sent messages about $80 Scarlet Violet base booster boxes. The next day, we see museums being overran and $400 products selling out in minutes. I don't know. I can't keep track of it anymore. We are going to dive into it, though. Before we do that, though, I got to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is the Kanto Shark Marketplace. Kanto Shark literally has something for everyone. Whether you're into vintage cards, they have over 390 results for vintage on their website as we speak. They have a modern section for all you modern collectors with 250 different cards to choose from. And last but not least, they also have a Japanese-only section with over 150 Japanese cards for all you Japanese collectors. Now, my personal favorite is the sealed products section, where they have over 50 different sealed products, vintage and modern, to choose from. And I gotta tell you, some of these old vintage packs and vintage theme decks still hold a special spot in my heart. So if you do want to pick up any of these products for yourself, make sure to check out Kanto Shark. The link is in the description below. All right, so looking at the Pokemon market as a whole, I'm still very positive of it. Look, you can find negative if you look for it, right? You can look at Scarlet Violet, you can look at Base, Paldea, and Obsidian, right? And you can see those falling off a cliff, right? Even with the MSRP change, they're in the mid to low 90s and they're still dropping. They haven't found a bottom yet. You can look at Silver Tempest and Lost Origin. However, usually when reprints hit, products get absolutely massacred. Where those dropped maybe 20, 30%, found a bottom, now they're moving back up, which is, again, a positive, but you can look for a negative there. You can see Crown Zenith. You can see the cards and the ETBs dropping there. That's because of reprints coming next month, right? When reprints come, this happens. The market has to readjust the pricing, and it's going to fall, and it's going to stabilize. And usually over time, it does move back up. We've seen it ever since the beginning of Pokemon. However, if you move past those last 2 years or so of the sets, you're going to find bright pastures ahead. If you go back and look at mid Sword and Shield to early Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, X, Y, and so on, we're seeing some pretty massive moves up in a lot of those sealed products, even some of the singles and PSA, BGS, CGC slabs. Now look, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Yes, you can see I'm starting to acquire a lot of slabs. The slab market is actually slow. I saw it at Collecticon. A lot of the sellers at Collecticon confirmed it. We are seeing a slowdown of a lot of slabs. Not all. A lot of them are very liquid, very easy to get out of. You can throw them at auction most of the time and still get market price on a lot of the main popular character slabs. However, when you're looking at some of the more niche slabs, some of the lesser popular Pokemon, some of the lesser popular sets that people don't look at a lot, those are slowing down quite a bit. It's not peak liquidity anymore. However, 10, 20, 30% drop on some of these is nothing to panic over. This is normal ebbs and flows. When you start getting 50, 60, 70% drops, that's when you need to start looking at things and saying, okay, maybe we need to start reevaluating things. However, when you move past those first two years of sets into the middle Sword and Shield, everything's going fine. I mean, Evolving Skies is still doing strong. It's in the 400s. Chilling Reign, still moving up. Fusion Strike's doing strong. Brilliant Stars is strong. Astral Radiance is moving up. Just had like a 20% move in the last few weeks. Some of those singles are doing very well. We've seen massive moves in some of those singles. Some of the slabs as well. And so, don't get too focused in on what's happening right here and now with the here and now sets. Make sure you're getting a broad view of the whole market. Heck, go look at what Vintage is doing. There's some Vintage cards that are moving. And so I think what's happening is, all right, people are getting wiser. The market's getting more established, more mature. We're getting out of that, buy anything and everything with Pokemon on it, that mania phase, into a more established, mature market where people are actually looking at some data before they buy things. People are actually, taking into account, time frames. They're thinking, well, Scarlet Violet era, these boxes have just got released. They haven't had any time to age. I got time on those. And meanwhile, some of these mid Sword and Shield era sets, these alt art sets, They're super popular. It's one of the most popular eras ever. Brought more people into the hobby almost more than ever. And these are some of the rarest cards to ever pull in the hobby. So I think I'm going to move back here. Maybe I'll pick up some more Brilliant Stars, some more Chilling Reign, some Fusion Strike, some Astral, some Lost Origins, some Silver Tempest on this downturn after the reprint. Maybe I'll focus my money there, and I have time to come back to Scarlet and Violet. And we are getting a lot more people, I think, interested in grading. You know, I mean, all the YouTube channels talk about it. I think it's finally starting to rub off. People are saying, you know what? I will take that chance. I will go to some collecticons, some local card shows, maybe off eBay or TCG Player. I will buy some singles. I will try to grade. And so we're seeing single sales, and singles continue to rise, but, you know, the slab market's continuing to kind of stay stagnant. You know, maybe there's not really a ton of decline, but there's not really a ton of increase either. And I think there's a little bit of that going on. And then, yeah, there's some economic woes, right? Of course, the credit card debt's higher than ever. However, I did a video. The credit card debt is still being serviced very well. We're not seeing a lot of delinquent payments. Car market, right? The rates are high. House market, the rates are high. You know, people say you can't afford this stuff. However, foreclosures and car repossessions are very low. I looked at the charts on a recent video. They are all very low compared to any other time in history. And so, even though it is getting more expensive to live, even though debt is up, everyone's still paying their bills. And until we see anything like that crack, that means people still have the money. So there could be a variety of reasons why people are putting more money, or putting more things into debt, you know, carrying more debt, or, you know, having more higher car payments, or having, you know, higher house payments, whatever it may be. But house sales are still selling. People are still moving to new houses at 7-8% interest rates, and they're still making the bills. Also, we're continuing to age, right? More people my age and older and younger are starting to get jobs, progress in their career, get higher end jobs, and they have more disposable income. And guess what? When we get even older, and anyone who has kids, those kids start to leave the nest, and you have empty nesters, and now all of a sudden you have a whole bunch more disposable income the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You better believe people's interests don't change that much. Not too often. And so when that disposable income hits, guess what? That's when people are going to buy themselves some stuff. That's when the money stops going to the kids and starts going to mom and dad. And guess what? If mom and dad are both into Pokemon, a lot of that money's going to continue to start pouring back into Pokemon too. So I find it hard to see a world where this hobby is dying. When you literally have museums being overrun with Poke fans trying to get a new promo card. When you have $400 classic boxes selling out in minutes. But people are sitting around worried about a Scarlet and Violet base set box not selling, you know, massively out of the gate. I find it hard to take the negatives over the positives at that point. Now listen, I'm realistic. If the negatives start to outweigh the positives, I'll be the first one to raise the white flag, and I'll be the first one to announce it. However, don't get overtaken by the negatives, because they are still a small part of this hobby where there's so much positive, there's so much to be positive about. And so for me, you know, everyone wants to ask what I'm doing. I'm still buying. Each month, I am still a net buyer. I still put more money into sealed product, some slabs, you know, a lot of these slabs, I have some for sale, some I am holding, some slabs, but I still put more money into this hobby than I sell each month. So that's what I'm doing. I see a bright future. I see 2024 being strong. Pokemon 151 is really reviving the Scarlet and Violet era. How often do we see products actually rise after pre-release and be higher than pre-release prices? Almost never. So that's where I'm at. Hope this video helped. You make your own decision for yourself. Make sure to check out Kanto Shark Marketplace, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. My name's Alex. This is Nostalgia Now. I'm going to be back here in a new video soon. I'm out.